Okay, so I came up with a plan. I got all my other stones and dishes. These ones here, too. And I'm gonna use the 24 gauge, dead soft, round for the branches. And I'll use the 14 gauge, dead soft copper wire for the circle frame there, the ring. So I'm going to use, my plan is to use 10 of the 24 gauge. They're going to be 11 inches long or 28 centimeters. And that, well, I'll just kind of measure it and a little extra. It's part of shaping process. But so I'm going to cut them. I'm going to have to do 10 each. So I'm doing 2 of those pendants. So I'm going to do 20. So I'll just cut those and you don't have to watch that. But basically I have this matting here, so I already have it. I got something already cut, 3. Now I got it twisted. One thing about when you're using this thin stuff, when you rub your hands on it, not only do you help stiffen it up, but you also kind of help strengthen it. It's the bending. If you do too much bending, that's where you can break it. The thinner it is, the more likely it would break. But they're pretty decent. I'll just sit it on my mat. I'll bring it over to 28 centimeters. Maybe give it a tiny bit more. I'm going to use the bigger cutters because I'm cutting a lot. Alright, so that's 4. And I have, these are for finer ones, really tiny cutters. These are more of a for gripping. These are really tiny, a little bit bigger. These are flat ones, so these can be handy in some instances. And well, it's a specialty too, but I might use it just because it's thinner for grip. And usually use this for grab and hold. You want to straighten out you got a little bend in there or something like that right there. You can just take these, it's like a Teflon, and just move it over a couple times. It'll help get rid of any kinks. Alright, so cut. So I'll rub it over all of them, I'll bend them in half, and then I'll show you later afterwards what I mean, there's different ways. Some people wrap it on the bottom, but I found a different way of kind of, I'll bend it and then I kind of loop it in itself. It doesn't use as much, it secures really well, so it saves me time too. So, alright, I'm going to do the rest of them off screen then. Okay, so taking my Teflon tool, smoothener or strengthener, and I ran it up one way, like I ran it that way, and then I turned it so I get most of the whole thing. Did both sides. And this one, I've already put it together, and I have it like so far, and then I want to get it almost as even as possible. The bend there, straighten them out, and slowly get the bend. Continue to keep them together. Gently squeeze it. I do it this way a little bit. Because I'll do it individually and then. Alright, so that bundle's ready. It's ready to go. The size of this is about the size of my sticker, so it's gonna be plenty extra. There's gonna be some twists, and then I'll have to wrap it as well. Rather have a little extra than not enough. I'll throw the scraps to the side, and I got them in my bag here. I showed you earlier. Someday I'll melt it and I'll make something out of it. All right, I'll set that bundle to the side for now. And so I'll take. I got all my wires from the next set. And we're gonna just try to keep it together, and then just let them all drop down and be even. And then I can hold them tight in the middle, and then work it out to the other side. Kind of make it even again. Then I'm gonna try to get it lined up so it's even. I'm not gonna clip it in the middle yet. Fairly even there. And hold it like that. Gently smush it a little bit. Be tighter afterwards. Straighten that side out. Okay, so that bundle's ready. And the next thing I'll be doing is making this. Alright, I'm finished with that. I'm gonna flip this over. This is painter's tape, so good to have that. Just reuse it and keep it together. And I'll just set that to the side. That one, I don't need that, but so I'm gonna, I guess, use the inside of that part as a reference point. This is where it gets a little trickier. Trying to figure out what you want to do. I'm gonna leave enough for a ring. Haven't done this for a while, so I kind of need the other one to give me an idea. All right, so I'm gonna give myself a few extra inches to work with. That way I can make the bail for putting your necklace on. All right. And then I can cut it, and then be easier to work with. So not gonna straighten out totally, but give me a reference point of measurement so I can have the other one. So I'm guessing gonna go 27 millimeters, almost the same as the other one. Hope that's enough. Make do, make it work. Okay, now I can set this to the side. Start with this one here. If you want to get it mostly even, I'm gonna work it and run my hands over it, try to help it shape it, make it smooth, even. spot here. But that's going to be enough. No, that's not going to be enough. Scoop that up. So I'll use this on another project for making a smaller one. But trying to figure out how much I'm going to need. So I'm going to end up wrapping it around, but I need a loop first too. All right. So I ended up deciding to go 38 centimeters, or about 14 and a half, or 14 and 3/4 inches long. You can see the difference there. Maybe not, but it's quite a bit of difference. So now I have more to play with. I could use a marker, but try to hold it in place. And want that one straight up, kind of give it an angle that way for now. All right. These pliers, I pinch it tight, work its way around. So you can kind of rock it back and forth to get the copper to bend better for you. Once I get the initial part done, it'll be easier. Try to keep the ring straight too. All right, now it'll be easier to cut off of this to work with. I'm able to see this all right, but that up a little bit. Okay, now that I have a fairly decent circle, I'm gonna bend this one over to make the ring, the bell. So gently making a circle and bending it a little bit at a time. You can see all this. All right, I'm gonna cut it right around that ring because I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's see, pull it a little bit so I don't. Sometimes you can almost tuck it right into the existing one, but so I'm gonna pull this part back tight. Lift this up. Takes a lot of practice. I've not been in practice, but the heavier the gauge wire is, the harder it's to do. Okay, it looks like it's set in there mostly. All right, close enough that I can start wrapping it. I'm gonna bounce it kind of. Once it makes it across the bend a little bit, then you can pinch it some. A little bit too much. Wanted to bounce out. It's about there. Also use like this tool for different things. They want to put any dings in it. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Straighten that out afterwards. I'm gonna put some more wraps on this. Kind of give it a twisting motion to tighten it up as well. Let's give it another one. Now, depending on how high you want it, you can just snip it off, tuck it in close. I've also stuck them down inside. I gotta check one thing. All right, so this needs to be twisted a different way. I guess, I mean, it might be all right, but as a necklace, probably want it the other way. I guess it wouldn't really matter. If you put the other way, it won't sit flat. So I guess I'll keep it that way. Usually I use these, I hang them on a hook for window things. If they do hang it on a visor, of course you could always put a different clasp on. All right, so I think I'm gonna clip it in the back. I'm gonna make this the back. Might be enough room in here. I can tuck it in there. It's still too long though. Let me try wait, like I'm gonna hold this so it don't go flying. I'm wearing my glasses right now for protection too. All right, let's see. You can get these ones too. These help. The rounding, different ones. Start off with this one. I think I'm gonna have to trim it some more. Just be careful you don't cut your other wires. If you can see that. I'm gonna need to put this camera on a tripod and get it from behind so you can see this better. I'll do that, and after I get this done, and I'll probably just do the other one off camera, and I'll show you the other process. All right. All right. Need these ones. All right. I'm gonna try to put these glasses on. Whoa, like night and day. don't bend that easy. But then again, you want to have a hard time kind of rock it back and forth to soften it up somewhat. I'm going to trim off a tiny bit more. Just a tiny bit there. Cover it with my hand so it doesn't go flying. Let's see if I can't bend that in there. Might have been just as easy just to leave it off the back. Alrighty, this one. Alright, I'm not going to get it down there. It doesn't want to cooperate, so no. I've got my file here that I'll just clean it up with a little bit. Alright, let me straighten that out. Pinch this all down. Open up the barrel a little bit. Straighten it out a tiny bit. That's good enough. Now that's ready for hammering. I won't handle the bell part, but the ring I'll hammer it so it's flat. I'll probably hammer the whole side and make it like squarish. It'll give it strength and help the root system and the branches connect better. You don't have to, but just adds a little extra. Here's some pieces of scrap wire that I may use or may not use. There's a piece of stainless steel wire. I'll get some silver wire I've never really used. This is a twist type of twisting I did on things. So I could do something like that on the banding, but I think it's fine like that. Some of them I have done some more fancier stuff. This is something I was just messing around with.